All right, today on Make It Take It Outdoors, I'm going to show you how to make a brand new lure I call the Radner Rig. Stay tuned. All right, backstory for the Radner Rig. Geez. Right away when I started making lures, I was making inlines because I was fishing the Scioto for smallmouth. I loved inline spinners for that. And one day I came up with an idea, well, what if I kind of modified an inline and made an extra arm on there? And I tried it, and it seemed to be a viable option. So I took it to a local quarry, which I need to reiterate. It's a local quarry that didn't get fish. I was one of the only couple people who had permission there. It is full of bass, and by full of bass, I mean it's to the point where it's unhealthy. There's that many fish in there. So started throwing this thing out. I literally caught 45 bass in an hour. Every single cast I was pulling them in, and then when I didn't catch one for a few casts, I would move down a ways and it'd start up all over again. So I knew I had something there, and I knew it was a good lure. But then I started taking it to other places and having success. It got to the point where I actually had a provisional patent on it. And I was going to, become rich. The gold and all that would be showing up. However, that's not me. So I played around with it, let the patent expire and everything, and now I've made some improvements to it. And so here you have the Radnor Rig. Radnor Rig symbol. It is very similar to a spinnerbait with more of a buzzbait layout, I would say. Has a spinner in front of the head. This is called a roto blade. It's made by the Worth Company. You can get it through, I know, Mudhole and Jan's Netcraft. And I think it gives it a unique vibe, a unique look that the fish have never seen before. Literally, because like I said, I made this thing. So it's a great option for you. Now, originally, I had, and I'll talk about this when I'm building it also, this had a Colorado blade with a clevis. And you would give it a good pop, this thing would spin, and up here, I had a Colorado blade with a clevis also. That was a while back. I think this is a much more improved version. That roto blade is does not spin unless it gets caught in weeds. So what this bait's great for is around weed beds, around cover. If it's a tree or something, it'll go over it like a regular spinner bait because the hook's up here. But don't expect it to go through the weeds. It's going to get this all gummed up. Luckily, you've got the second spinner blade up here, the Colorado, and it's going to do still act like a spinner bait, but you lose that uniqueness with that blade up front. I've got some fishing video after the build where I've caught a few, and I think it's time to move on. One thing I would like to ask everyone, if you start making this, if you show friends and everything, please give me a little credit. Call it the Radner Rig. Don't make up your own name. I'm not asking for anything other than that. Just a little shout out to the designer. So without further ado, let's go on to the building of the Radner Rig. All right, we're going to start off with about 11-inch shaft. This is a 0.033. You can use up to like 0.04, 041. Because we're hand bending though, I wanted to stay a little bit lighter. And truth be told, it's all I had. So, what we're going to start off with is a 90 angle bend. like so. And now we're going to slide the hook, and I went with a red hook on this so you could see the kind of color contrast when I wrap it. So you got your hook like this, and as you can see, just drop straight down. So now what we want to do is take our round nose or our needle nose pliers, get that nice and straight there, hold it firmly. That was my finger I just poked. Again, bring it around. You only need a couple wraps. Alright, so there we go. Straighten that up there. Now we clip off the tag end. As always, remember to hold the tag end when you clip it. And we have the beginnings of our lure. Now, at this point, I'm going to drop the skirt on. And you want to go the short side of the skirt because you can see the skirt's a little bit longer towards the front. We're going to go with the longer end towards the front because that'll make it billow more when it goes through the water. Alright. And then you just want to straighten out your everything out there so you have a nice even billowy skirt. I like the word billowy if you can't tell. Okay, so next we put the body on. This is a 3/8 ounce bass casting weight I painted and then baked, and it's simply going to slide on like this. Now this is the first variation you can use on this. If you have like a, let's say a spinnerbait mold, like the Do It Ultra Minnow spinnerbait mold, you can use the that, but just use a straight shaft coming off. Okay, so we got that on. I'm gonna secure it with just a little bit of super glue here. We'll let that set. Alright, so right now we've got the hook, the head set on there. Next is this blade, and this is called a roto blade. You can get it from the Worth Company if you have an account with them. I got this from Mudhole. You can also get it from Jan's Netcraft. Those are two other retailers I know that have them. As you can see, the shaft of the wire shaft goes right through here. It's bent like a prop. There's really no way this thing cannot spin. I do put a couple small beads on for bearings. Let me grab those. And I'm working with a DSLR for the first time for video. So I'm trying to keep things in the picture, but I'm kind of looking around the tripod, so just bear with me. Let's see, grab one more here. And now this just slides on through here, and whoop, Missed the front one. There. And as you can see, that spins in line. So this is variation number 2. The first version I had of this, the first one I made, had a clevis and a Colorado blade here. And that's actually the one I made the provisional patent on. The one problem I found though was the hydrostatic pressure, unless I moved that Colorado blade way up front, tended to force it up against the body, and it would be kind of hard to get spinning. I would just use a real good, almost a hook set to get it spinning in the beginning, and it would roll right along. But the roto blade really makes that a non-point, so we'll move on. Next, we need to make the line tie, and that's going to be your typical, as you've seen many times on this channel, closed loop. So I'm going to bend it down, as you can see here, screw it around, bring it around, and here, see how I tuck my finger in? Now I just push my finger forward, and we have nearly a closed loop. Just gotta finish it out here. So, closed loop, straight up and down, and all we have to do is one turn. Alright, so now we just gotta make sure everything is in line. Wow, pretty good job there. So everything is in line, and I'm going to bend this back just a slight bit. There, that's a little bit better. And now, right here, about this far, all I'm going to do is bend this straight back towards the body. And pretty much looks like a what you'd see in a buzzbait. Now, variation number 3. If you do put a Colorado blade down here with a clevis, the original design had another Colorado blade up here with a clevis. However, I found that what I'm going to do right now works a lot better. So there you can see everything's nice in the line. Straighten that out a little bit, and we'll move on. I like having that usually right around the Colorado blade, right around the head. So what I'm going to do now is take my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to roll this. I'm going to roll it under. Like so. Now I have that loop there. All I need to do is slide this on. There. Sorry. Close it up there. This last tag end comes off. And there you have it, the Radner Rig, also known as the Hostess, which stood for Hybrid Offset Inline Spinner. Got some fishing video coming up of this, and it'll be next. A couple thoughts on this. When you fish this, it is a slow rolling bait. If you try to burn it in, the hydrostatic forces will literally make it go like this through the water, and it doesn't work very well. But if you slow roll it to slow medium, it comes along nicely. May turn just a hair back and forth, but it gives a completely different, I wouldn't say completely different, but a different vibe and presentation to the fish that may have seen a spinnerbait 1,000 times, but they have never seen this. And I know some people are like, well, it's not that much different. Okay, this is the same guy who will buy a spinnerbait over one brand over another because it has one single red bead on it or a slightly different shape. So it works. It works great. Again, good slow moving bait. It's not very weedless, so I tend to, if there's weed beds, I go over the weed beds or along the edge. You try to take it through a weed bed, first thing that's going to happen is this is going to get gunked up. But like I said, for open water, river fishing for smallmouth, it's great. And again, ponds, lakes, where you can go near weed beds or above weed beds or around other cover. But there you have it. The Radner Rig. Woohoo! Sorry, bud, don't mean to get you into the mud there. Come on. Ah. Oh boy. Ah. Look at that. All right, so there you have it. Again, if you make these, give me a little credit and call it the Radnor Rig. That's all I ask. It's been a lot of fun making this and using it over the years. There's been times where I wasn't catching anything, and I would switch this up, switch to this, and it worked. It's a good lure, like I said. When you fish it slow to medium. You burn, and that thing's got to go like this through the water. That's just the hydrostatic forces at work. So, if you like videos like this, please hit like and subscribe. Subscribers help, but the likes actually help. Comment on the video. Tell me what I did wrong with this. What do you think could be an improvement? Do it yourself and, work. So if you like videos like this, do me a favor, hit like, especially if you hit subscribe, hit that little bell. I mean, let you know when I'm making a new video and everything. We're going to have a lot more content this year. I'm going to be reshooting almost everything, a little bit higher quality, hopefully. And in the meantime, tight lines. Thanks for watching.